Good evening and thanks for joining us. Our top story, more than a month after an epic storm flooded 3,100 Burlington basements, a temporary donation center has been opened to help the most needy residents recover. Lisa Hafner visited the storefront on Burl Oak today and joins us live with the details. Lisa? Thank you, Shelley. Well, family and friends said their final goodbyes to Hamilton's most famous Pigskin Pete today. The funeral for Paul Weiler was held in Hamilton this afternoon. Weiler was Pigskin Pete for 31 seasons, leading Ticats fans in the famous Oski Wee Wee chant that you just heard there. He died in his sleep on Wednesday at the age of 80. Halton police have provided an update to a story that we brought you earlier this week to say a missing 22-year-old woman has been found safe. Sashtiva Grace went missing Tuesday after she was seen at Sheridan College. Police say that she was found yesterday when she returned to her classes. They are thanking the public for their help. It got pretty cold last night in Hamilton, so imagine not being able to turn on the heat or have hot water even though you've paid for it. Pamela Van Meer has the story of a woman who says that's exactly what happened to her and her two kids because city bylaws intended to protect them are not being enforced. Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin with the escalating situation involving Russian soldiers entering Ukraine's Crimea region. This evening, Canada has recalled its ambassador to Russia, and Prime Minister Harper has joined U.S. President Obama in calling for Russian forces to withdraw. Back in Hamilton, police are still searching for the killer of a 28-year-old Hamilton man who died of stab wounds last night shortly after 10 o'clock. He's since been identified as Richard Doucette. A woman was also stabbed and is recovering from critical injuries in hospital. Lisa Hafner has more. Well, let's talk to the guy who can help us out with that. Steve Ruddock standing by live with a first look at the forecast. Steve, are you going to tell us how it's miraculously going to become 25 and sunny tomorrow? You don't want to be that guy. I'm going to do it. No. It's over, it's not folks.
Over. This guy's a diehard fan, so just
it's over.
You think he's some weird, obscure San Diego Padre fan or something.
Although I do love them, but they're my second favorite. It's over. I'm just hoping I can say that so that if it does happen and people are like, haha, you were wrong, I'll be like, yeah, we're in the playoffs. Great.
And yet he'll be happy. Exactly.
I'd love to be wrong.
It's win-win for this guy right now. He's right or he's happy. Either way, win-win. This guy knows.
All right, we'll take a short break now. There's still lots more to come when we return. It is smart. That's right, Nick. I'm at the intersection of Metcalfe and Slater right now, and this is where the barriers have been set up from Parliament. Now, if we go straight down Metcalfe, that is where the Parliament buildings are, about 5 blocks north of us right now. And just to the right of that is the center block where the gunman entered today. Now, if we pull back, Wayne Marston, the MP for Hamilton East Stony Creek, is joining us right now. Now, you were in caucus today when that happened. Wayne, tell me exactly what went on.
Well, we entered the caucus about 9:15.
That's right, Miranda. I did. Mr. Jim Watson was out speaking with the reporters today as the first bit of information he gave out was that the lockdown in the greater downtown area around Parliament Hill has ended. So we're a little bit closer to the scene where the shooting happened today than we were much earlier at 6 o'clock. If you look over my left shoulder, you can see the War Memorial tonight surrounded by police tape. I saw there was some police activity there a little while ago. Hi, Bob. Well, the whole city's waking up and bustling right now as they make their way to work, but everybody knows everybody is walking with a cloud over their head this morning as they all know what happened yesterday, although people are going to work as usual as it can be. Now let's take a look at our shot from the mass cam that we have of the War Memorial right now. Of course, it's not open, but there's that heavy police presence around it, but a lot more foot traffic going up the street towards it. When speaking with the crowd, many of them said they showed up because they think this is a defining moment for our country. On a day when the nation is grieving, those who knew Corporal Nathan Cirillo remind us how personal this loss has been.
Heartbroken. I'm gonna miss him so much.
Very emotional, very sad, and it should have never happened.
The loss for words right now. It's just all overwhelming at the same time, so many emotions just running through.
It's already being called a day for the history books, with red and white lining the streets, servicemen and women marching by the thousands, and political leaders of all stripes coming together.
It makes me proud to be a Canadian.
The show of support reflects not only solidarity, but also how Cirillo's life touched so many.
He was one of the best soldiers I've ever seen. He did his job and served his country well.
And after the service, many of our leaders reflected on what the day means for Canada.
We remember what Corporal Cirillo was standing on guard for, and we protect those values and those principles.
All of us are proud to be Canadians after this incident, and at the same time, how deeply sorrowful Canadians are for the family of Corporal Cirillo.
I think this has changed the way we are as Canadians in a positive way, though, in a way where we all have come together and, you know, have taken pause to recognize who we are as a nation and as people. And I'm very proud to be a Hamiltonian, proud to be from a province like Ontario and a great country like Canada.
Now, also in speaking with Andrea Horvath, she said that things have changed in Hamilton forever. After all, with this monument still growing around the armory, she says that Remembrance Day will never be the same here, as this week is one that we will, in Hamilton, never forget, Nick.